I think if a person is really not feeling very good, whether it is for 1 day or 1 year, let's say, it does not matter. You know? But then, whenever we can, we should avoid contact with people with whom we do not feel close. We should avoid contact, if possible, with people who, we don't really know and they don't really know us. Because then, usually, very easily, somehow or other, it will create a strange situation, or they will even hurt us by not being sensitive to our situation, because they don't know about that situation. So, and then whenever some contact with others anyhow cannot be avoided, then anyhow keep a distance, emotionally speaking. Stay on the surface, deal with whatever has to be dealt with, and behave as if nothing is going on. And that is maybe a strange way to look at it, but I think it is still the best advice, because the people who don't know you, the people who don't know your background, and the people that you don't know, so you have no idea, like who they are, better than to stay away, because you are sensitive. When you are emotionally unhappy, then you are very sensitive, and so better than protect yourself. With the people with whom you are close, then okay, some sharing of whatever you feel can be there, and some other nice interaction, walk in nature, cooking together, whatever life brings, can be very good, to make you feel better. And the sharing also, of course, can make you feel better, and might also bring some good advice, maybe from a friend, or some support in some way. So that, I think, is all good. Whenever we do not feel very happy, to be among those, let's say, who love us and whom we love and with whom we are familiar, is one of the best cures. And very often when we go there and we talk to them, somehow or other will come out better, we'll feel better. Generally speaking, however, when we are in good company, but we don't feel very good, then the best thing that we can do is to try to feel good with that company, and not think too much about whatever problems are there. Unless, okay, it's relevant to the situation, or yes, you really feel like this friend or that friend might somehow help you with some good advice or whatever. But if that is not the case, if there's not, let's say, a clear purpose to express your problems, then I think that is also generally not the best idea, even though that desire will be there. And I understand, of course, that desire. You have a feeling and you kind of, want to share it. But yeah, that may not be good, at least, to do that too much. Because, well, to my experience, even love and friendship can only stand that much unhappiness. And so, even with those with whom we are close, we should avoid talking too much about our problems. Unless there's a purpose, no? But if there is no particular purpose, then in a way it's a waste of time. Because, they cannot help you with that. These are things you yourself have to solve. And yeah, to then stay attached, let's say, to that emotional state, wanting to express it, is in a way a pity, because you there have actually the other opportunity to a little bit let it go, forget it, and do something nice and have a nice talk. But I understand, this has a lot to do actually with accepting yourself. When we are in a difficult emotional state, that actually always means that we are having a difficult relationship to ourselves. Somehow we are blocked there. And the reason that we want to express it, whatever is going on, to those, let's say, with whom we are close, is precisely so that they can show that, okay, whatever problem is there, still they accept us, still they love us. So in that way we have a desire to be there, open and naked, with our problem clearly visible, and then, hope that we are accepted anyhow. And I am not saying that this cannot be. I am also not saying that this has no value. No, this has great value. But let's say if you spend an afternoon with a good friend, 5 hours, then I advise not to go into talking about your problems for more than, let's say, 1 hour. That's like just feeling like average, depends anyhow on the situation. So that at least with 4 hours you can still do something positive. And that will be much more even valuable for your feeling of self-confidence and self-worth. To be able, despite all the problems that you have a normal, nice afternoon with your friend, without at the same time feeling that you have to hide your problems from your friend. That I very much understand. You don't want to hide that. Because, you might not respond to everything like most people would. Maybe you might not so easily laugh if a joke is being told. So you want that to be clear and you want that to be accepted, okay. But anyhow, at the core of every emotional problem, there is somehow a kind of obsession with that problem. And that in itself makes it so very, heavy. So, if with a good friend we also can a little bit forget about it and just, do something nice or talk about other things, then that is only good, because it will help to somewhat reduce that feeling that I have a big problem. Because there are no big problems. And that is what we should never forget, and that is actually why our problems should never become so important that they disturb the truth or the feeling of it, that they disturb the relationships with those with whom anyhow we feel good. So I understand this is not so easy, but the expression of negative emotion is part of the process, let's say, of healing, of letting go. But the main thing that has to happen anyhow is a letting go. So then, we have some expression maybe, and a lot of letting go, a lot of breathing out, a lot of forgetting the past and looking ahead, and looking especially, here and now, what fun can we have? I have worked with so many people, and I know how it goes. Many people who have serious emotional issues, they are isolated generally. They don't want to go out and bother their friends with their problem. And they feel that, if they go out and visit their friends, then they'll have to talk about their problem. And so I'm not saying that that should not happen. I'm only saying is don't make it all that important. And positive action also is a good healer. Positive interaction is a good healer. Just, I don't know what you do, but, with one of your friends, go playing some game, maybe, I have no idea, I mean, and just feel like I'm doing a normal thing and I'm behaving there also in quite a normal way. Whatever is still going on inside of me, but, we are doing this and we're having fun, and yeah, I was laughing actually at the joke. These are parts of the process. So this heaviness, we have to try to drop it now and then. I mean, there are times then also maybe again to look at it more seriously, more heavily, and figure something out or decide some next step or something like that, with a friend or on your own or whatever, with a therapist. I mean, there's so many options there. That should never become the whole of your life. And that is what I see happening with many people who get into an emotional imbalance, that it's dominating everything. And I understand how it happens, but we should have the insight that there's really no need for it. However big the problem is, everybody has problems. There's bigger problems for sure everywhere in the world going on, terrible things. So we should also be able to be light about it. That is something I so much learned actually in a period of time where I was very much involved with, let's say, relatively poor people in India. And in some other countries also, but especially in India I spent quite some time. And it's just amazing, when you really get to know their lives, how to have, to work so hard to merely get enough to eat for one day. How also then, social interactions can be so, violent maybe, or really bad, And still, in the evening, they'll come together and they'll sing and they'll laugh and, okay, they'll try to make the best of it anyhow, even though really, like, I'm sure they also inside have a lot of pain, and they also benefit from talking about it sometimes and getting help with it sometimes, but they still understand that, you also have to laugh. Not take ourselves too seriously, not take our problems too seriously. Even though they hurt, but okay, even if you are hurting, let's say, in a physical way, you can still laugh, So then, even if you're hurt also in the heart, you can still laugh. And I don't mean a fake laugh, because, okay, I'm sure you and others who are not feeling very good have to fake that sometimes. That feels very painful, I know it, But you can also have a real life, I'm sure of it. And have real, like, enjoyment of other kinds. Listening to music maybe, saying beautiful things. Some joy still can be there, some wonder still can be there, the agreeable rasas still can be there. Not everything has to become so dark. That is also, and it's a little hard to say it, but that is also a kind of attachment. We're actually now back to the beautiful word, the pain body, that Eckhart Tolle launched. This is an attachment to our pain, and it's normal, it's natural, but it's not very wise. So we have to try to let it go sometimes, and preferably not by drinking a bottle of whiskey, but by some positive things. They are still there, Whatever problem you have, beautiful flowers will always be beautiful. Beautiful music will always be beautiful. And so we should not forget that. And the most beautiful thing anyhow is togetherness with those, with whom you feel close. So you should also really try to have that and enjoy it. That'll be good medicine.